Good morning, everyone. Sorry I'm a little late this morning. I have a fabulous project for you this morning. This is one that I'm sure we can all use. It's a gift bag and it's a little bit bigger than the normal paper crafting size that we make because we tend to make things smaller because of the products that we work with. But this one is 5 by 8 by 3. Let me just grab it real quick. And so it's a really nice size gift bag, and it's made out of 2 sheets of cardstock. So it's pretty easy to make, and then you can decorate it up with whatever products you have, and that's kind of the fun part. And I have a project sheet that I will be sending out tomorrow to my email list subscribers, and it has the directions on there and the supply list on there, and so you can follow along. If you want to be part of my free email list, just go down below in the description of this video. There's a link to sign up, and if you're already a part of my email list, no worries, you're going to get the project sheet, and I send it out sometime on Saturday. So I have a lot of supplies, or some supplies that I'm using today. And if you need to purchase anything to finish your gift bags or anything else for your Christmas projects, if you place your order with me, you can get one of my free tutorials. And yesterday I released a tutorial that I just want to show you real quick right now before we get into the gift bag tutorial. It is this 2-drawer gift chest. Isn't that cute? And it's about 4 by 4 by 2, and they each have these little tiny little drawers. I put gift tags in mine, so you can put gift tags in the top without ribbon on it, and then a roll of ribbon on the bottom, and that would make a really cute little gift to give. You could also put in candy. Here's another one that I made with blue products. And you could put candy, or you could put a gift card in there. Oops, my little drawer just slid right out. There we go. A gift card, just little gifts, fun little gifts. And it's a different way to decorate up a gift this Christmas, because typically we do use boxes and bags, and those are absolutely fine and fun, especially since I'm doing a gift bag today. But this is just another little way to package something up, and it's a little different. This also makes a cute little desk organizer thing to put on your desk. I think it's kind of cute. All right, so that tutorial is free with an order. I have over 70 tutorials to choose from, but that is my latest one that I've released for November. So if you're interested in getting that, just place at least a $15 in my Stampin' Up store, and then you can get that one for free. I also want to mention, I often get this question, out of country people, only people in the US can buy from me. So you can also purchase my tutorials right on that page. If you click over to my blog post today, down at the bottom there is a place to click over to that tutorial, and there's on that page there's a link where you can click to purchase the tutorial if you just want to purchase the tutorial. But I like to give things away for free, so it's nice if you can buy some supplies and get the tutorial for free, right? Why not? All right, let me stick these over here so they're out of the way. All right, so the main thing for this tutorial is you need 2 sheets of cardstock. And then everything else is stuff like you can choose your own paper, choose your own ribbon for the top, choose your own embellishments. And I'm going to show you how to make a different one. You may have seen the one in the 2 that I made. I'm going to show you how to make a one out of different products, just so you can see what the possibilities are, because there's so many with these gift bags, and they're just so fun to make. All right, let me see if there's anything else I need to tell you. Okay, I think I've told you everything. Let me put these out of the way, and I am going to switch over to my other camera. Okay, put my project sheet up. so I can follow along. Let's talk about a couple of the products. You notice that I put Merry Christmas on the front of both of those bags, and I'm going to do that for the third bag too. These are the Word Wishes dies, and they have dies to cover a whole bunch of different holidays. So this is a really nice die set for both card making and 3D projects. Then we have, for one of the bags, I used the So Many Snowflakes dies. There is another die, but in my Mad Dash Rush, it's a little bit bigger than this one here. And it's missing on my little plate right now, but there's another snowflake in that bunch. But these are great dies if you like snowflakes and you like layering them up. They're very pretty. And then the other thing I used was this bundle called the Gift Wrap Bundle. These are also available for purchase separately, but I do recommend getting them together. I think the punch, the stamp set really helps the detail of the punch. You could just get the stamp set and hand cut the bows as well, but I really feel like if you're going to get the punch, you get more use out of it if you got the stamp set with it. All right, let me grab what I need to make the gift bag. So you're going to need a scoring tool. At Stampin' Up, we sell the Simply Scored, and I really love this tool. I've used many different ones. I love the stylus that comes with it because it's kind of like holding a pen. It fits really nicely in the hand. And then we're going to use 2 sheets of cardstock. You can choose whatever colored cardstock you want. And these sheets measure 8.5 by 11 inches. Okay. And we're going to score both of them the same way. So we'll start off by putting one of the short sides up at the top. And we're going to score at the 5-inch mark and the 8-inch mark. So 5 and 8. And then I'm going to turn it a quarter turn. And then we're going to score at the 3-inch mark. I mean, isn't that simple? 5 and 8, and then turn it in 3. We'll do the same with the other one. Score at 5 and 8, and then turn it and score at 3. All right. So now I'm going to bring in my trimmer. There's different ways that you can cut the pieces away. You can use a pair of scissors, or you can use your trimmer. I'm going to show you how to do both because I have 2 sheets, and we have to cut away the exact amount of same stuff. So there are 6 segments on here now since they've been scored, and there's one little segment over here in the corner, the smallest segment right here, okay? That needs to be completely gone. So you can line up that score line right up on your trimmer. And make sure it's right along the trimmer. And then I'm going to cut it away using my trimmer blade. I've not got this all the way pushed down. I'm holding this guide up with my finger. And when I see this score line right here, I'm going to just put it down and do this. And then you can use your paper snips really easily to then cut that last little bit away. And so that's what we need to cut away, that little tiny piece. Okay, so you can also do that with your scissors. Just cut up along the score line. It's not going to be quite as straight if you use a trimmer, but it still works. And then just cut right there. So on both pieces, they look the same. Okay, and then we need to do one more cut. Right over from the skinny score segment, there's another score line right here. And we're just going to cut down from here down to here. So on the trimmer, you would just line this up. And I'm keeping the guide up again, bringing my cutting blade over to the score line. And then I'm just going to cut down. So you can see this little guy goes away, and then this little guy gets cut. Okay. So So I'll put this trimmer away for now, and I'll show you if you just have scissors, if you want to just use scissors because it's easier, you can just cut along that score line as well. You can do it either way, it doesn't matter. Okay, and come up to the top. So both of these pieces are identical still. And then what you're going to do, I like to use a bone folder for this because it allows me to make really crisp folds. I'm just going to fold along the score lines inward. Okay, so I just did the bottom, and then I'm going to do the side. And I like to do the side this way. I like to fold it, and then I like to bend it over like right here and bring it in. And then one more fold like this. Okay, so now you can kind of see the piece. Do the same thing for the other one. Bring it in. I'm gonna bring my microphone down just a bit. Hopefully you can hear me well. And then I'm just going to fold that over, bring it down, and then fold this in like this. All right, 2 identical pieces. So now I'm going to take one of the pieces and we're going to put Tombow on the skinny scored segment. So I'm just going to fold this over so it's like that. And I'm going to put Tombow down the center of this piece. You can also use tear and tape, but you'll want to use an adhesive that stays, that has really good hold, because it's a bag, it's going to be handled, so you want to make sure that it's it can stay together. So these 2 pieces look like this. I'm going to flip this piece and I'm going to make sure the flaps are all down towards the bottom. And this biggest segment right here is going to get glued to the skinny segment, okay? And I'm going to stand up to do this, and I'm just going to glue them together. The score line matches up with the edge of the cardstock. And then once you've got that straight on there, I just going to push down on that seam a little bit and make sure it stays stuck. Okay, so now you've got your bag is coming together. And then over here on this other side, let me smooth that out a little bit. Then I'm going to do the same thing, skinny scored segment. I try to get the Tombow glue right down the center of the segment, so if it oozes out, it hopefully stays oozing just on that segment. So then I'm going to fold this piece over, and it should line up really well over there, right? This one, the second one, you don't really have to line up. If you get the first one really straight, this one lines up really well. And then just press down on that seam, let those fibers bond together. And then we're gonna go like this. See? Perfectly symmetrical. Okay, now let's put this so the flaps are all facing up. And these 2 smaller side flaps, let's put those down. And then these ones, let's bend them back. Okay, the bigger ones. And then we're going to put Tombow along here. And we'll do it for the other one too. Okay, and then it's coming down. I just want to make sure it's square with the bottom, and then this one will come in too. Just manipulate it a little bit so it's not going in a weird direction. Okay, and then put it with the bottom down, and then put your hand inside there and press down a bit just to make sure everything's adhering well. With this, this is almost 3 layers of cardstock at the bottom. So it's going to hold your gift well. It's not going to be a, unless you're giving a brick, it should hold even like a heavy, smaller gift. All right. So that is the essence of the bag. That's it. And now, how do you decorate it? So I'm just going to show you how I do the top and the handles part because that's probably something that interests you as well. But basically, this is the essence of the bag, and now you can do whatever you want with it. All right, so to decorate up the top, I'm going to take some designer series paper pieces. And let me get you the name of this paper because this one's not on my supply list. Grab it. This one is called the Brightly Gleaming Specialty Designer Series paper. Okay, and so I've got 4 pieces here, and this one measures 5 inches by 2, and this one measures 3 inches by 2. You need 2 pieces. Okay, if you have leftover scraps of cardstock and you want to make them a little, oh, you know what? I think I actually cut these wrong. I think I cut my other ones 5 by 3 instead of 5 by 2. I don't know if that's going to make a difference or not. It's going to not match my other bag, but hey, let's do it with the smaller measurements. But on my original ones, I actually did a 5 by 3, and I guess it was 3 by 3. 5 by 3 and 3 by 3. But for these ones, I'm doing them just on the 2-inch. So they're going to be, that top strip's going to be a little bit narrower. I'll show you, and we can decide whether or not I need to cut some more cardstock and do the wider measurements. It's been that kind of a morning, rushing around. Okay, so now what you need to do is just score these on the short side. So if you've got 3-inch strips, you're going to score at the 1.5-inch mark. Because I have 2-inch strips, I have to score at the 1-inch mark. Whatever you do, you just want to score in half. And if I had been on the ball this morning, these would have been the right measurements. But it's okay. This way you can see what you like better, right? You can see if you like the shorter or the longer. So we're going to just fold these along the score lines. And you can actually use your bone folder because that's going to help them be like really nice and crisp. So we're going to use these as little bands for the top. So yeah, you know what? Let's go ahead and just do these measurements. I just want to show you what the difference is. So this acts kind of like as a cuff to the bag. So with a 2-inch measurement, you get a 1-inch cuff. With a 3-inch width, you get a 1.5-inch cuff. So let's do this one and see what we like better at the end. All right, I need my centering ruler. And it's not around. Oh, yes, it is around. I see it. Okay, so you can mark. I have a centering ruler and I have a regular ruler. And I need a pencil. All right, so on here, I want to make some pencil marks so that they're going to act as ribbon guides. So with a centering ruler, you find the center of your piece, and I have a 2.5 inches on either side, and you're going to mark in at the 1-inch mark. If you're using a regular ruler, you know what? This cardstock is so dark. I think I'm going to use a white pencil. That's also not working so well. I have another white pencil that works so much better. You know what? I'm going to use a Sharpie. Will I regret this? I just need to be able to see where my little marks are so I can punch the little holes. So if I'm accurate, we'll be okay. Okay, so I used my centering ruler there. it is 1.5 inches in. So I'm going to show you on my other one right here. And these are the longer strips, okay? So you can also use a regular ruler, put it right along there, and you're going to make a mark 1.5 inches in on both sides. So that would be right here, 3.5. But you can also measure just 1.5 inches in, and then centered from top to bottom, okay? So that should help you punch those ribbon holes. Okay, so now we're ready to glue these to the top of the bag. And make sure your little pencil marks are on the outside so that you can see them a little easier. And the nice thing about doing this as a cuff, as opposed to just putting the paper right on the top right there, is that the paper also shows a little bit at the top edge. You can kind of see. So it's going to add that nice little finished look to that top edge. And then these little pieces, hopefully I cut these right. Yeah. Just add them to the sides. I love this paper. It is so pretty. It's got those copper foil accents to it. Okay. All right. So now I'm going to use kind of thicker ribbon. Where is it? I'm going to use some of this. Whoa. Pulling things out. That got stuck. All right. So I'm going to use this thicker ribbon. So I might make my ribbon holes a little bit wider. Normally I would use a 1/8 inch circle punch or a crocodile, the small crocodile. But I actually think I'm going to use the bigger hole just so I can get that ribbon through. So I'm going to punch a hole. This is about 1/4 inch wide, this hole right here. Depending on your ribbon, you're going to choose the right type of hole to punch. And there's lots, this is a crocodile, and you could also use just a handheld punch. If you are a crafter, you probably already have one of these in your arsenal. And if you're not a crafter, Stampin' Up! Doesn't sell a handheld punch right now, but they are pretty readily available. So because this is a thicker ribbon, I'm also going to give myself just a little bit more of a length of the ribbon just to create that knot. So let's see. I'm going to cut, let's see if I do, let me do 11. The other ones I cut were 9 inches. So I'm going to start off with doing a knot at one end. This is the pretty peacock scalloped linen ribbon, and I thought that kind of matched with what we were going for. To get it through the hole, I just crinkle up the edge and I feed it in from the inside out, and then it's keeping it crinkled. I'm going to feed it in through here. You want to feed it in all the way so that you can do your next knot. And you know what? I'm going to see how much ribbon I want. You know what? I think I'm going to go all the way to the end. I do like this particular ribbon because it's so thick and chunky. I did 11 inches, whereas the other skinnier ribbon that I had for my other bags, I only did 9 inches. So you can see how pretty that is, right? It matches so nicely. Okay, so we'll do the same for the other one. I'm going to use 11 inches. just for that extra knot. If you measure your ribbon as you're doing it, it's easier because that way you know exactly how much you're using. So both of your handles will be about the same length. So I've got that first knot in there. Crunch up the other end, feed it through on the inside, feed it through again, pull it all the way through, put a knot on the other end, okay, and then pull it back. All right. Okay, so looks kind of cute, huh? All right, so now how are we going to decorate this up? I thought we would do a snowflake for this one as well, but then I realized the paper that I had was really pretty, and I punched an ornament out of that one. I stick my paper. We have, shoot. It is the morning of being disorganized. Oh, there it is. Okay. So you can see I punched some ornament shapes out of this. So that's another idea that you could do. You could do a little ornament for the front as well if you have an ornament punch. Stampin' Up does sell one. And you could just punch an ornament to put on the front. But since I didn't realize that, that's what I had done before, I punched some snowflakes. I'm going to make a snowflake one. Actually, I die cut these. And let me just tell you what I did. So there's 2 dies in the snowflake set. This one I cut out in Whisper White. So this one's there's kind of a bold outline one, and that one I cut in Whisper White, and there's another one that's just a little bit bigger that's over there in my disorganized mess, and I cut that out of vellum. So 1 vellum, 1 white, and then this detail one I cut out of copper, and I used my die cutting machine to do that. And then I cut Merry Christmas out of these dies in copper foil sheet. Okay, so these 2 snowflakes are kind of interesting because they kind of lock together. I didn't realize that until I started playing with them. So if you lay this snowflake over top, you can pull up the bottom snowflakes and they kind of interlock as you go along. And of course now it's not working. Well, you have to get it centered first. And put your thumb on the center and then bring those pieces in. Okay, I'm doing this wrong. Okay. I need to bring the vellum snowflakes up and up and up and up and up. Okay, they're all up now. See how that's kind of neat? I don't know if you can see that or not. They kind of interlock. And when they interlock, they pull up that bottom one and make those little snowflake pieces stand out. And I think that's kind of cool. Then, this one's not quite done. Make sure all my little vellum snowflakes are right. And then I'm going to take my copper one. And hopefully my Tombow will start flowing. And I'm just going to put a little bit of Tombow on this one. And I'm just looking at how I aligned the other one. I am going to align this one with my white one. And stick it right over top. Okay. Isn't that pretty? And look how nicely it pops once it's on top of there. Okay, the other thing I want to do is if I'm making a bunch of these, I like to have them all kind of aligned together. So it's a weird little quirk. So you'll see how that one's a little bit shorter up at the top. Okay, so I'm going to just make sure I align this. And then I'll put Tombow on the back of here. And then this kind of comes down. Make sure it's centered. Press down on there. And now I have a choice. I want to put a little dot in the center, just like I did this one. So I've got these, and I also have these. Ooh, you know what? I think I'm gonna have to go with these iridescent pearls. You know, these pearls are some of the most interesting embellishments we've had because they are all different colors. Some are more blue, some are more turquoise, some are more purple, some are more green. So I'm gonna pick one that has a little bit of that turquoise. Yeah, I like that one right there. I'm gonna pick that one up. And I'm gonna move that to the center. My snowflake. Stay right there. Probably should have put it on my snowflake when I could press on a flat surface. Isn't that pretty? Oh my gosh, I love that. Okay. Now the only thing I'm looking at, now I wish I had done, I think I like the wider band up at the top. So, oh well, that's what happens when you cut quickly, but you can see how it still looks okay without the wider band, and it's a good way to use up those smaller lengths or smaller widths of ribbon. And I'm just going to put some Tombow on the back of my Mary and add some Mary to the front of my, oh, okay. I need to make sure it's staying down. Stay down. Okay, Mary. And then we're going to add Christmas. So this would also be a cool bag, like for a birthday gift as well. So you don't have to necessarily do it for Christmas. But I know I've been in this situation before. I go to get a gift bag at the last minute, and there isn't one left in that size that I want. And well, now I can make my own, right? And this could be really fast, or it could, you know, depending on how you decorate it, it could be a little bit more labor intensive. But you could also make a bunch of these to have on hand so that you don't have to do a last minute thing. But there we go. Oh, and I have one more sheet of tissue paper. So let me stick this inside. I think all of these bags look nice with white on the inside, but if you have different colors, of course, you could do that as well, right? So it's whatever colors you want to match. A lot of us have leftover white tissue paper from something or other, so that makes this really easy. Let me grab my other one. So you can just see, you know, there's lots of potential for these because you can make them up in so many different colors, right? Just, you know, fun. And I like the Merry Christmas. I think that kind of anchors it. So you could put whatever you want in the center if you have those dies, Merry and Christmas. So what do you think? Do you like the shorter band up at the top or the wider band? You know, I don't know. I think they both look good. Like, I think if this flips down a little bit, you know, it might not be, you know, as noticeable. I think now I'm just comparing them because I have them side by side. But, you know, either one, either make your width to begin with 2 inches and then you get this, or 3 inches and then you get that. So it's whatever you choose. All right, I am back over here. That was kind of a disorganized mess this morning, and I had You have no idea how long it takes to get a tutorial ready from start to finish because I also do the project sheet, most of the project sheet in advance. So then there's the blog post, then there's the video, and all of those components can take several hours. Just getting everything together. It's crazy. And then at the last moment, I decided to do this gift bag in a different color. I could have done it easier had I chosen one of my original designs and just copied it for the tutorial. But I wanted to show you how I changed up the colors on this one literally like minutes before I went live with this tutorial. So really, if you have like a pattern like this to follow, it's not hard. That decorating piece is not hard at the last minute. I love that snowflake. Isn't that pretty? It's so pretty. Okay, I'm going to read your comments now. Oh, and I should mention, if you love my channel, make sure you subscribe. You'll see my little figure in the corner somewhere in a pink shirt. If you click on that, and then you click, that will subscribe you, or you can subscribe from there. And then if you also click on the bell, you'll get notifications of when I go live. All right. Good morning, Bear Blue from Tennessee. Good morning, Janine and Jeanne from Oregon. Nice. Janine says she loves this project. Thank you. I'm so glad. I designed it last night. I had a really busy day yesterday. It's been a busy couple weeks. But last night I was like, I need a 3D project, and I had an idea, but that one didn't work. Once I looked at the dies, it wasn't going to work the way I had thought in my head. And I don't know where this project came out of. I was just like, what can I make out of a big sheet of cardstock? And I thought, what can I make out of 2 big sheets of cardstock? How big can I go? And so that's how this one kind of got designed. And then I thought, you know, I could have used designer series paper, but I kind of like using cardstock as the base, because if you use cardstock as the base, you can use 6x6 paper if you want to do the edges, because there's you're using less designer series paper. And most people have 8.5 by 11 cardstock in their house. Or, I mean, I guess you could make this out of computer paper too, but let's say that you have cardstock in the house, and hopefully you have a scoring tool in the house. Those are the most important things. And then you can make these bags. Okay. Bear Blue says, those are beautiful gift bags, Brenda. I like the size and how easy they are to make. Thanks so much. Okay. Jeanne says she likes the wider one. And Jeanne says they like, and Janine says she likes the wider one as well. Yeah, you know, if I compare both of them, yeah, I think I do like the wider one. But, you know, the good thing is you can see both of them on the videos, so that way you can compare when you want to do it, what you want to do. And maybe you don't have big, wide pieces of cardstock or designer series paper to work with. So, you know, but it just shows you the difference between the two. All right. I just want to mention that down below in the description of this video, there is a link over to my blog that has photos of these bags. And if you click over there, also at the bottom, there is a supply list. And you can check out all the things that I use to create this bag. I have a new button on my supply list right above. It says add all to cart. I'm not saying you should buy all of the stuff, but I'm just saying that one quick way to kind of browse through the stuff is if you do add all to cart, and then it's going to give you like a big list of all the things when you click over there, and it's going to give you like all the prices, and then you can go down and very easily delete things that you don't need. So that would be like a quick way to kind of go through and do that. Also, you can just look at the chart and see the little pictures, but I don't put prices on my pictures. One of the reasons I don't do that is because Stampin' Up! Is in several countries, and I think it gets a little confusing. I have followers in different parts of the world, so I just have the title of the product and the item numbers. So anyway, I really like that new add all to cart feature. I just added that starting yesterday. I noticed that the place where I get my links from added that, and I was like, oh, cool. So anyway, I hope you guys have a great weekend. Next weekend is American Thanksgiving, so I know a lot of you have, well, we have weird plans this year, don't we? We have like plans where we're like not sure of stuff, and but whatever you're doing next week, I hope you have a great Thanksgiving. I don't think I'm going to have a video next Friday. I think I'm going to take that off just because a lot of people will be on holidays, and then I'll be back in 2 weeks with a 3D tutorial. I do want to mention on Tuesday, November 24th, in 2020, Stampin' Up! Is having a sale. Almost everything in our annual catalog, not our holiday catalog, but our annual catalog, will be 10% off that day. So if there's anything that your heart desires from the annual catalog, just I have the exclusion list. I haven't posted it on my blog yet. Send me an email and I will send you the exclusion list. I sent it out to all my email list subscribers yesterday. So, and I will send it out this weekend again so that everyone can get that. All right. Well, I hope you guys have a great week next week, and I will see you back here in about 2 weeks. Take care. Bye-bye.